not to take delivery, but to manipulate the market, to have windfall gains. In this case, if he jacks up the price ideally, for example, is 3.5 lakh rupees, and he has jacked up the price to 3,75,000 rupees. So in that case, first of all, a higher grade can be delivered. Okay. Second, since diamond can be bought to the country within 48 hours maximum from any part of the world. So probably the diamond is sitting in New York, in Tokyo. Okay. So a person can import that diamond in India and can give delivery on the exchange platform. So we are talking about a global movement of this underlying. So it's not easy to really manipulate the market. It's very much difficult.
Sir, from
Yeah.
Sir, first of all, congratulations for this new project.
Thanks a lot.
Sir, ICEX also applied in SEBI for this same kind of contract, but they have tied up with Singapore Diamond Exchange. So how do you see the competition in this segment? And we have seen a successful mock trading in past by your exchange. So could you give us some future time frame or the quantum and the participations members we can see in next 1 or 2 years?
You said that other domestic exchange, which exchange was that? Okay. So they have also.
They have the same kind of product they have applied in SEBI, but the approval is made.
It's a compliment to us. Nothing can be better than this. That you are imitating an exchange which is yet to be born. So, who is the leader? A person who imitates, or a person who comes out with innovative ideas. So, and then you mentioned some other exchange at Singapore. That is the OTC market. And what is the volume and open interest there? If you look at the numbers, that will give you the answer. Here, we don't want to tie up with international exchange. We want international exchange to come to India and tie up with us. That is the difference. We don't want to become a mirror of the international exchange. We want to create our own price. Let the trade sitting at Antioch look at ICEX, look at India for the price. Not Indians looking at Antioch for the price. Not Indians looking at Singapore for the price. Not Indians looking at London for the price. We are talking about that. So that it is with that vision that we are going ahead. It is very easy to imitate, to copy, you also know. But it took us almost 2.5 years to convince the government of India to come out with this notification. As you know, it was not a notified commodity. To convince the regulator, because this is the first product that SEBI as a commodity regulator has given the approval. All the other products are coming from the FMC era. This is the first product. And let me thank the regulator for doing this. Their out-of-box thinking and to really accept to what we are saying. That is not easy for a regulator to do it, to think something very different. And I believe this is the first time it happened that SEBI, as a regulator, I have been told, they went to the physical market to actually understand the nuances of this product. They met a lot of people at biodemon boards that what we are saying, is it correct or not? So they wanted to have a grassroots information before giving approval to us. That is why it took almost 2 years for this role. Third is that if the product has been designed and it caters to the ecosystem, then I don't think we are really worried about any competition or anything of that sort. So we have to be, if it actually helps the ecosystem and becomes a benchmark for the ecosystem, then it's very important that that we have achieved what we want.
Which kind of product you are planning to launch? Because you are tying up with NMC. NMC is merging with ICEX. So when we can see the rubber contract and then the product contract?
Yes, we are very soon going to NCLT, both the organizations, NMC as well as ICEX, and NCLT Ahmedabad, we are for this. And in due course of time, once we get the permission, then the whole contracts, and after getting approval from the regulator also, SEBI, all these contracts will be traded on the same platform. Now, coming to the first part of the question, the idea is that idea is not to come out with contracts after contracts that will give churning some numbers on that. Even if the contract is doing a humble volume, if it is serving the purpose for which it has been bought on the exchange platform, that is for hedging and for fair and transparent price discovery, then our objective has been achieved. So the objective is to come out with contract that actually serves the ecosystem. If it serves the ecosystem, then I believe that our objective has been achieved. I think many of you are from the commodities days when I was also part of the other exchange. And if you remember, we bought a lot of commodities that they actually serve the ecosystem. So it is very important that the actual users should use that product for hedging purpose and for fair and free price discovery.
Now, so we have seen you in other exchange and we know the capabilities of you in currency market, and the diamond is correlated with currency also. So can we, and SEBI is planning to come up with the universal exchange mechanism. So can we expect the ICEX will apply for the currency segment especially for approval?
Thank you for your kindness. No, definitely. With the approval of our board.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah. Our chairman, is this the right question for our chairman? Like, with his with the board, approval of the board.
We are very clear that we are an open-minded group of people, and whatever challenges the market throws and the opportunities it throws, we will be very happy to take up.
What is the cost for certifying the diamond? Who will bear? Exchange or buyer or member?
No, you see, in any commodity, say if you are giving delivery of a commodity on any other exchange platform, it is typically the seller who the onus lies on the seller to get it certified and deliver on the exchange platform. But the cost but the price will take care of that. The price that is trading on the exchange platform takes care of all these costs. Because as a seller, I will first calculate what is my manufacturing cost, what is my rough import cost and everything, and what is my quality certification cost. After doing that, only then I am selling at a price. So I have built all this. As a buyer, you are also confident that, okay, the goods which I am getting here, it is already certified. So I don't need to recertify it. So the price that will be trading on exchange platform reflects all these costs.
Sir, DBS is one of the rough suppliers, and now they have a role to play in cut and polish also through your exchange route. You see some conflict of interest?
You see, it is not only, if you see the physical market, there is a whole host of players. You have El Rosa there, Rio Tinto there. So these are all very, very formidable players in the physical market. So over a period of time, I believe that if you see the numbers, the DBS market share has come down, and others have taken this. So I don't think there will be anything of that sort.
Sir, for any contract, will there be any base price?
As per our regulation, we have to do a price polling. We have been doing price polling for the last 10 months from the physical market at Surat and Bhadam and Bose, and that price polling is will form a base price. But again, you see, the sanctity of the price reduces when we are talking about this type of price, reduces when you're talking about physical delivery. If you see that the price on the exchange is higher than what it should have been, then you will sell on the exchange platform and give delivery. And if you believe that price is less than what it should have been, then you will come and buy on the exchange platform. So the relevance of this type of thing happens is when you have a franchisee settle contract. On a franchisee settle contract, the relevance increases. But when we are talking about delivery-based contract, it doesn't have that much of relevance.
And going forward, will there be any index decided by you for diamond derivatives?
Yes. So what we have done, we have constituted a product committee where we have participants from the actual physical market. You have a couple of site holders, and large manufacturers, traders, and we tend to work very closely with the market participants because we are not expert in diamond. We are expert in risk management as an exchange, and we're just a platform. So that knowledge has to come from the ecosystem, what they actually require. It should not happen that I come out with a product which I require. It is for the ecosystem to tell us this is what they require, and based on that, we'll come out with whatever they suggest after getting it approved by the regulator.
And whatever is traded on the exchange will have any eye mark on the diamonds.
So if you see this diamond which you are talking about, okay, so this is a blister-proof packing. So the moment you try to tamper with it, so the whole packing will get destroyed, number one. Number two, on the griddle of the stone, you have a unique number, and that number reflects in the certificate also. So, and that is unique across the globe, not only India, across the globe. Okay, so that becomes the identification number. So you are very sure about the quality and everything of what you are getting.
So in case of any theft of this product, will there be any insurance tie-up and all this?
A theft where?
Anywhere.
No, say I'm a buyer, I have taken delivery and at home I have, my stone has got lost, or from my vault it has happened. From my vault I can say, yes, it is all getting insured. It is all insured, okay? So, and there's very, very high security because Malka is a global agency for vaulting and logistics for diamond. Today, majority of diamond that moves across the globe is taken care by Malka. Now, if something happens at home, okay, then the first thing, of course, you are going to inform the police and everything. But you have this number and all these things are there. Certificate numbers are that is unique, yes.
I ask this question because we have come across a recent case at exhibition, 35 lakhs worth.
Yes. So definitely, so what will happen that today if I am getting a delivery of a particular quality of diamond, that we have a certificate and it is all barcoded and that data is with us. So at any point of time, if something of that unfortunate incident happens, okay, then of course you will also be having all those information in a soft copy and everything which you have. But as a repository, we also will be having all this data with us. Which person got which quality of stone and what is that number? That number and everything will be there. It will all be barcoded.
Thank you.
Sir, can you give us the sense of historically fluctuation in diamond in physical market or return diamond has given? Because by that the people can understand that okay, if we want to invest, then that much return can be expected.
Yeah, you see, I can going forward. This is the very Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and Morgan Stanley. These are two reports for your reference.
These are the futuristic.
Futuristic, absolutely correct. Now, if you see the historically in Indian rupees, not in dollar terms, in Indian rupees, we have seen. Now you can always cross-check with the data. Diamond is one of the best inflation beater because of very low volatility. It is one of the best inflation beater, and we compare with gold also. So whether with respect to gold, diamond is a better inflation beater than even gold.
How much?
You know, if you say inflation beater, this means that you are just overboard the inflation. So if you want to diversify your portfolio, you want to play safe, okay. So probably this could be one avenue, number one. Number two, with anything coming on the exchange platform, I'll just give you an example. Say there's company A, it is not listed. If it is not listed, how do you value it? It's very difficult to do actual valuation. Some would go by discounted cash flow. Okay, some would go by some other methodology of valuing it. Once it gets listed on the exchange platform, then there's a different valuation altogether. So I think that lot of valuation will start happening by scientifically once it gets listed on the exchange platform. Then you have the actual large number of people coming and participating. So actual valuation will start happening, and then the actual returns and everything will be historically tracked.
Sir, in diamond industry, you see the selling and buying is done based on trust. Here is a product which comes with the branding of inclusion of large corporates by buying and selling of trust with customers. In futures market, I believe on ICEX, not only on ICEX, on all other existing exchanges also, corporate participation has been very low. Whether on your platform, corporate participation is on large scale, number one. If yes, then the branding will be done by corporate only for delivery taking and delivery giving on your exchange platform, number two. Or there are traders who have registered on your platform. But in diamond, cutting policing is mostly done by job workers. How will you buy or sell or ensure trust with the traders on your platform?
You see, trust comes when you have an institutional framework. Okay. If you recall, in the whole banking and finance system, earlier there used to be a bilateral in which you are lending money and somebody is borrowing money on a one-to-one case basis, and then you have banks subsequently coming and an institution coming and the institutional framework and guideline, and then now it has migrated majority of it happening to the banks. I think here also, once you have an institutional framework, then a lot of things will start migrating on this platform. Number one. Number two, when we talk about $24 billion of export, it doesn't happen that all the buyer is coming back to India and looking at the store and doing it. So majority of the trade happens through certificate. So the buyer sees the certificate sitting at New York, Hong Kong, Tokyo, London, sitting at the certificate, and then they order for the buy. Okay. Similar thing is going to happen here on the exchange platform, because this is the set quality parameters. Okay. So and you have a very reputed institute that is doing the certification of this. So the buyer will be confident that okay, whatever delivery I'll be getting, I'll be at least assured of this quality or quality better than this. So you have these institutions coming in between that creates a huge trust between the system. It is regulated by SEBI. That is again a huge trust. You have independent board of directors. That is again a trust. Okay. So this system builds trust in the system, in the whole ecosystem. Now, we are talking about these corporates. Now, a lot of these site holders, they have become a member. Many have become clients of the broking houses. They can hedge, they can trade, they participate. I don't want them to come on day one. No, that is not the idea. They should first see, understand, if we feel that this product is going to help them, this contract is going to help them, only then they should come. They should not jump into it. That is not the idea. So that is why I am not talking about any volume or anything of that sort. The idea is to slowly build the trust. And that will come only once people will experience it. By doing one trade, two trades, taking delivery, giving delivery. Rome was not built in a day. And we have such a reputed board. And we have I got very clear instructions that we are not going to do anything in our fast track method. It has to be slow and steady, but surely in a rightful way.
Mr. Prasad, an extension to that question. So when we talk about job workers and especially polishing of diamonds, it is largely an unorganized sector. And apart from that, with the current new indirect tax regime, a lot of these are still trying to migrate to GST. So how do you still ensure an efficient pricing method? And when we talk about participants, currently we have some 20 large diamond companies that will be participating on the exchange. In the future, do you also plan to target smaller diamond merchants and traders, and how wide do you think ICEX could reach?
Yeah, if we talk about 8,000 odd clients who have already registered, so a lot of these clients are from Surat market. So these are traders, these are brokers, these are small manufacturers. Okay, it is not that you come on the exchange platform by becoming a member only. You can participate by becoming a client also, and they have become a client. So they can participate on this platform through that method. Coming to the first part of the question, that
It's an unorganized market.
I beg your pardon?
It's an unorganized market, and the price.
Yeah, all commodity markets are unorganized. But that doesn't mean that the price discovery is not happening efficiently. So price discovery is a completely different thing from the actual physical market. What will happen now with the price discovery? This physical market will get an idea of what is the price that is trading. What should be the actual price? Today, I am doing a job work, and I don't know what is the price I should sell. And it might be possible that I go to one set of buyers, and they have formed a coterie, and they will give me one set of price. But now you have a reference price. I just keep on giving this very simple example. Even buying a small thing like vegetables, we go to 3 or 4 vendors and we negotiate what is the price of potato or cabbage. So we try to have a benchmark price when you go to 3 or 4 different vendors. Here, we are going to only one set of people. With the exchange coming, where you have hundreds and thousands of people participating on the exchange platform, at least you have a benchmark price. You may not directly participate on the exchange by buying and selling, but at least that becomes a reference price, and when you are negotiating in the OTC market, you can quote that this is the price I should get, if not 100%, then at least 95% of this or 80% of this. So from a place where it is totally opaque and closed door, we are ushering a new revolution where it is transparent and fair.
That answers my
Thanks.
question.
I think
Do you want to break for